Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.
These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Growing up I had a dream, something no one else could see. Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they wanna do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shame. And that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes this day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I wanna share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live? These battle scars are impressions of everything that it is.
Scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Now if I had a voice that reached 100 million people, I'd tell them there's a reason that we're all created equal. Cause some decide to be great and some decide a sequel to an average person's life is simply what they want to be. So you make your decision, all I know is what I'm given. Won't define the life I lead or the way I dwell in existence. I've seen a greater image on the walls of where I'm living, and the words twisted and scripted remind me of something written. Faith is a gift that is given down to the people. If one believes it, one receives it. It's given if it is needed. Don't ever think you're trapped in a life that you never wanted. Your options are infinite, that's some mathematical logic. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers and these battle scars on my church. Not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers, these battle scars on my church.
Scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change.
Well, hello everyone. My voice is still not better. I really did not want to stream until next week. And in fact, my doctor said not to. I've got my inhaler with me just in case. But you can thank, and this, wait, let me just tell you right off. We're going to do some YouTube promo stuff because this podcast, I'm used to being a podcaster. A lot of you don't know. I was a podcaster for many years. Those of you who don't remember, actually, who do remember my podcast days, I'm going to give you a blast from the past. Hold on. I'm going to try to do my old podcasting voice. This podcast was made on a Macintosh. As if I'd use anything else. Now, anyone who's an old fan of the Preterist podcast will remember that was my outro every single time. So I'm used to saying podcasts. I guess I'm a streamer now. That's what the kids are saying. This stream is not going to be monetized because Mama is not going to not cuss. I'm not planning on cussing, but I'm going to go where the spirit takes me. Let's just put it this way. But let's do the YouTuber stuff since this show is not going to be monetized. I'm not even going to try to get it monetized by YouTube. But by the way, if you want to know how much money I make from YouTube per stream, it's about 25 cents. Okay? For all of y'all screaming about it. I'm not advertiser friendly even when I'm not cussing. The subject matter is not something that draws a lot of ads. But let's do the YouTube stuff. I'm going to have to keep stopping to catch my breath. I'm sorry. I've got bronchitis very badly. I would appreciate it if you would support me at patreon.com, Pink Flame of Liberty, particularly if you enjoy these kinds of exposés, because apparently this is what I'm good at. It's not what I enjoy, but it's what I'm good at. You can follow me. I'm back on Facebook, by the way. The glitch in my account has been fixed, but I really don't enjoy Facebook so much. But my Twitter is fire. Twitter, at Karen Ann Harlos. And lastly, please subscribe to the show. Like it. And normally I don't care if you share it, but share this one. Share the fuck out of this one. Because liars... Oof, liars. It might be a little disjointed because I don't take notes. You know that. I do a stream of consciousness type thing. But you want to know what? I know that some of the people that are lying about me happen to be other Christians. So 1 second. JJ. Are you still a moderator on my YouTube stream? I'm just curious because I have a feeling we might need it tonight. Okay. Why won't the site be reached? That is so weird. There's things I need to look up. So let me restart Chrome. But let me do the intro. I thought you were. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. I'm used to trolls. It's just I don't like when people abuse my listeners. I don't care if they abuse me. Let me restart Google, but let me do the intro I had wanted to do. I'm going to say some nice things first. And the nice things are about a month ago, I posted a post that talked about former members of the LNC. And I had basically said, you know what? God has given me the grace. I forgive them unconditionally, which I have. So any current grievances I have against any of those persons, they're current. I've forgiven them. And I also said, you want to know what? Even though I apologized at the time, there were some tweets I did in the past that weren't so great. For instance, I specifically apologized to Josh Ekel. I'm not going to repeat the tweet I said to him because it was a horrible tweet. I deleted it and I apologized, and repeating it will just have me saying something bad again, and I'm not going to do that. And I said after that, I'm not looking for trouble from him. I'm not looking for trouble from Susan Hogarth. I'm not looking for trouble from any of these people. Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. You live your life. I'll live my life. You know, and that's where things were. Now, some other nice things I'm going to say. These caucus wars are stupid. Am I going to pretend like there's no one on the Mises caucus that isn't doing it? Of course there are. And you want to know what? I talked to them about it. Anybody in their, Discord group will tell you, we've already done that, John M., so you could go fuck yourself. Go to lp.org and you will see a condemnation of Putin. Thank you. Okay. Because I'm tired of these, because that's a lie. The LP's done that multiple times. Go to lp.org, search for the word Putin, and you will get your answer. And I will say it right here. I condemn Vladimir Putin as the war criminal he is. Now go away, troll. Now back to the subject at hand, rather than you thinking you're going to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. I actually condemn all leaders of all countries as war criminals. I'm an anarchist. I think they all suck. But yeah, Putin's not a good guy. He's not a good guy at all. Okay, so now some other good things. These caucus wars are stupid, and I do talk to my own about them. Now, some of the people I'm going to be talking about today are associated with the Classical Liberal Caucus. My comments are not meant as a condemnation of the Classical Liberal Caucus whatsoever. They're meant against those individuals only, and I beg all of my listeners, do not impute any of my comments today against them. I disagree with Jonathan Casey a lot, but I respect him. We're not like friends, but we're friendly. I have absolutely nothing against him. And Layla Bush, I adore her. I adore her. If I could clone Layla Bush 1,000,000 times over, I would clone her 1,000,000 times over. So let's get that out of the way. There are assholes in all caucuses. This isn't about caucuses. I am tired of that stuff. Unfortunately, some people are not tired of that stuff. Let me give you just another few hints on being a decent human being. If somebody has blocked you, that means they don't want to talk to you. Going in purposely trying to find their posts to screenshot around, can you do that? Sure. Is it really a libertarian thing to do? I mean, I can't point to a platform plank it's against, but it's an asshole thing to do. It certainly is violating their consent when it's a personal account. But okay, everyone does it. Tagging people when they told you that they don't want to talk to you, that is a violation of consent. Particularly, and I'm sorry, all you feminists who might get mad at me for this, I am somewhat, listen, I believe in a lot of traditional gender roles. And I do expect men to act like men. And a man who keeps tagging a woman who said they don't want to talk to you, that's fucked up, dude. That's fucked up. I'm not going to name names here because I'm hoping this person just stops it. I muted them. I don't see it anymore. But that's screwed up. But now we're going to start going, do I have anything else really nice to say? I like to say all the nice things first. Oh, here. So before I get started on exposing just the absolute lies today, do you want to know why I'm calling them liars rather than just mistaken? Because all day long I've been correcting them. And I asked for an apology. Or at least, you know what? I misunderstood you. Twitter sucks for that. And one person did that. AJ Olding. Thank you, AJ Olding. When I pointed out to AJ that he misunderstood me, he said, you know what? That's fair. Everyone else doubled down, and that makes you a liar. Also, another thing, this is my position, and I don't care what people think about this position. If you go running to the press, like Daily Beast, Southern Poverty Law Center, and Colorado Westward, and insinuate really disgusting things like people, like they're friendly to Yahtzees or Blanco supremacists, I think you should be shunned out of the party. I make no bones about that. If you think that's bullying, I think you going to the press and defaming people, particularly a Jewish member of the Colorado board, you deserve it. Now, the Colorado board ended up censuring a certain person. Did I agree with that? No. I don't think censuring people does any good. However, I don't think that person should be welcome in polite society for defaming a Jewish member of the Colorado board as being friendly to people who hate Jewish people. That is a disgusting thing to do. So, for the people that I'm about to discuss here. I feel the same way. You don't have to like people. You don't have to agree with people. But if you lie about people, there should be no place for you in this party. I'm not saying expulsion. Mike Seebeck will tell you, and as will some friends of mine who were at this bylaws committee meeting, I fought tooth and nail to keep an expulsion provision out of the Colorado bylaws. Because there's no good in that. You don't throw people out. You don't remove them from positions. Unless they've done something criminal, you just do freedom of association. You ignore them. You don't invite them to your gatherings. When they're with you, you look at them like, is there someone in front of me? I see a shadow, like there might be some, but that's what you do. Okay, now we're going to get to the specifics. Hold on, I want to see if Chrome, this is so weird, Chrome won't, maybe God doesn't want me to boot up Chrome. This is so weird. Hold on. I need to force quit Chrome because I'm going to need to pull up Twitter. So just give me a second. Okay. Why won't Chrome? This is great. I can't get Chrome to open. Yeah, God probably would prefer me to use the Brave browser. This is so weird that I cannot get Chrome to open. Well, you know what? I'm going to switch my camera and we will just pull up what I need to do on my phone. So, window. This is what I get for never. Here we're switching. This is a little bit of a different picture because I just switched to my webcam. I'm going to go get my phone over here and I'm going to pull up the tweets we need to talk about on my phone. Give me 1 second. Okay. We've got my handy dandy phone here. When there's a will, there's a way. Okay, Twitter. Wonderful. Let's pull up the tweet in question, shall we? I think I'm going to do it as a screenshot and share it. Did the one person I'm going to talk about delete it? I doubt it. Maybe not. Hold on. Give me 1 second. The one person may have deleted it. Nope. Here it is. Okay, I am going to share this. Turn on Bluetooth. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share it to my Mac Mini. Did you hear that beep? Here it comes. Okay, open. Okay, I am going to need to put this on the screen. You know that I normally am not terribly prepared with this stuff. Here we go. So here's a tweet that I said that's going all over Twitter. And we're going to talk about thoroughly dishonest people. So I normally would not put the name of the gentleman up top who who I was replying to, but he's decided to get in on the game too and not correct people what the context of this discussion was. So this person said 50 state ballot access is probably not attainable, no matter who is in control with New York's ridiculous requirements. So I think you can tell from this tweet that the context of the discussion is that, oh my God, the Mises Caucus is in control. We're not going to have 50 state ballot access. So I responded and said, the 50 state ballot access has very little to do with national right now. Now, how do you think bad faith actors interpreted that? Take a guess. They interpreted that as meaning that national doesn't care about 50 state ballot access. Let's make this little for a second. They interpreted it as me going, we don't care. We don't care about 50 state ballot access. Now, do you think, even in the limited context you saw, that is a truthful interpretation? Or was I responding to the fact that New York's ridiculous requirements were outside of national's control? Therefore, whether or not we have 50 state ballot access has very little to do with national. What interpretation do you think makes sense in context? The second one? Because you'd be right. That is what I was saying. I was saying, of course we would love to have, and it's 50 plus 1. If we're going to be petty little bitches, it's 50 plus 1. But all I was saying here was, no matter how much the LNC wants 50 state ballot access, and we do, what state legislatures do is out of our control. Example, New York. Yet people are sharing this all around and lying, outright lying, and saying that what I was saying is that national isn't concentrating on 50 state ballot access, or that we don't care about 50 state ballot access. When even in the limited context you can see here, you can tell that what I was saying is that state legislatures are doing things that are preventing us from attaining that, no matter what we do. Now, I get how Twitter is. It's hard to get context in Twitter. So I made a good faith assumption that people like Josh Eagle, Stephanie Berlin, Susan Hogarth, Jay Stooksbury just misunderstood me. Because it's easy to misunderstand people on Twitter. I actually, if you were already predisposed not to like me, I can see how your knee-jerk reaction would be to read the worst in this. But I am urging everyone, particularly with people you don't like, to always give the most charitable interpretation. So I gave them the benefit of the doubt. They misunderstood me. So I went to their threads and I explained myself, and they doubled down because, of course, they know what I was saying better than me. Fuck you, Stephanie. Fuck you. You are lying about me. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Can you now all understand in context what I was saying? That the LNC could want 50 state ballot access all it wants, but it is somewhat out of our hands. Then I'm going to tell you what else Stephanie said, because she's a horrible person in the way she treated me today. And because I can't pull the tweets up, I'll just have to read them. She owes me an apology. Jay Stooksbury has been lying about the Libertarians for a while now. And he posted this screenshot and said, oh, I guess the National Party doesn't want your ballot access money now. After hearing my explanation, he said that. Do you think that is a reasonable thing? Do you think that's a reasonable thing to say after I've explained what I said? Is this the way we should be treating people? Lying about them? I am on the ballot access committee. I do more and care more about ballot access than about 90% of the people commenting. There are people who do a lot more than me, but I do more than about 90% of those people. And that is all I was saying. But I want to thank the New York Party, because the New York Party saw what was being done to me. And all of you people, Stephanie, Jay, Josh, Susan, you owe the New York Party an apology, because you used me saying the reality of what's going on in New York to try to get in a lying, cheap shot. And none of you people should ever be in positions of leadership ever again. But let's pull this up. Too bad you can't remove me, Susan. Okay, I got to try to find some of these because, Connor, maybe you can send me a DM so I can find that thread again, because I get a lot of tweets, and it's been buried now. And people who want to know why I'm calling out names when I normally don't. I had one person publicly say to me, and I had others privately say to me, these people pull the same shit with me, and I'm a nobody. You've got a bigger platform than me. You can call them out. It's your obligation to call them out. And I agree with them. You people owe me an apology, because nowhere did I say I did not care about 50 state ballot access. That's a dirty lie, and you've been corrected, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I actually do call upon the classical liberal caucus to correct Josh Ekel and Stephanie Berlin for this lie. There is plenty to criticize me for. This ain't it, baby cakes. I think I know where one of these, hold on. I think I know where I can find one of these. Because boy, did it get even grosser. Oh my God, I've got way too much social media. Okay, that's Colorado. That's not where I want to be. Hold on. Oh my God. Connor, DM me that thread. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, here's all the responses I gave in that thread. And thank you, Connor. I found it. First statement I said to Stephanie. That statement was in a very specific context, but go ahead. Don't bother to ask me and try to read it the most uncharitable way you can. Super shitty. And Then she went on and said, okay, so she said something else. She said, I would argue that ballot access is one of the few things LP National should be tirelessly pursuing. We are. I'm on the ballot access committee. You didn't even apply for it. Layla Bush is on the ballot access committee. She knows what we're doing. Perhaps they can reach across the aisle and work with the Greens like we have here in Texas. Oh, really, Stephanie? You mean like I just did in Colorado? For which there is a public, very public video of me working with the Greens, with the Forward Party, with the People's Party, with the Approval Voting Party, and with the Democrats to defeat a ballot access bill. Maybe you should know the answer to something before you accuse people of not doing something. I do that, Stephanie. Or maybe throw a rally. You mean the rally that you criticized? Never mind. We throw rallies against ballot access laws all the time, Stephanie. We do that and rally people in Colorado. I don't see you volunteering to start hosting one. Who's one of the... Whatever. Great idea. I do think we should throw rallies. Or a protest, like we've never done that. Or put media pressure. So many options, she says. As if I've never thought of that, and I'm not doing any of that. So let me show you some receipts. Share photo. Let's take this photo down. Let's open this one. And I shared this with her. So, she had plenty of opportunity to apologize to me. She said lobbying and protest and putting pressure. I agree. Well, Stephanie, look at this. This email is dated March 13th, and I'm on it. I would like this email to go out to our Alabama list. This is the Ballot Access Committee. An urgent appeal to the Libertarian Party of Alabama members and ask you to call and email your state representative and ask them to sponsor or vote for legislation to ease ballot access laws in Alabama. This was on March 13th. This was 5 days ago, Stephanie. I am doing what you asked. I can show you if I could pull... Well, I don't need to pull up Chrome because I can do it here. I can show you my response to that email. 1 second. One second. Okay, let me screenshot this because I don't want to impinge upon anyone's privacy. Okay, this is the day that request was made by Mr. Redpath. Let me share this. Did I not copy it right? 1 second. Let me do it again. Trying to do a screenshot. So this is why I'm saying it's a lie. Because all of these receipts were provided in that thread. And she refused to apologize to me. And I'll tell you what she ended up doing, which is one of the grossest things I've ever seen. I can't get it to screenshot. I'll just read you my response. This is on March 14th. Bill, I sent a text to Angela asking for her input when she's back in pocket because she was traveling. Angela, is there a bill being considered right now? What's the deadline to get this legislation introduced? Bill responds, I don't want to violate his privacy. Angela, okay, let's get in touch with someone in the Alabama LB about working together. We are doing what you're saying, Stephanie. Why are you acting all holier than thou and lying about people? Let's go back to that thread. I hate liars. I got to find it again. Because again, I get way too many. You all can go on Twitter and see this for yourself, by the way. I said, Stephanie, we are doing all of that. This is one of the grossest things I have seen in a while. I thought Stephanie was better than this. She's being thoroughly dishonest. And then someone from New York said, if money were no object, my wish list would be a state lawsuit based upon a violation of the New York Constitution. I wrote back to this person. I said, have an appeal written. I'll advocate to get it sent out. Then Stephanie said, ignoring all the proof I already gave her, one would think she's responding to someone else. Hey, if they need guidance on how an effective affiliate handles ballot access, at LP Texas and Whitney might have some pointers. We know how to handle ballot access in Colorado. Why are you trying to pit states against each other? But let me show you another receipt. That she refused to acknowledge. Remember, Stephanie very arrogantly said, maybe you should be talking to Texas if the little lady needs to know how it's done. Okay. Okay, Stephanie. Save the photos. Mama always has receipts. Share. You're going to love this. And again, I posted this. Thank you, Mike, for the super chat. I posted this to Stephanie, so she can't say she didn't know. Remember, she just lectured me and said, you know, if the little lady wants tips, why don't you just write Texas? Okay, take a look at this. March 13th, 5 days before this. I just wrote Whitney of Texas and said, Whitney, what can you tell me about the dangers of SB 1660? And I also said to Whitney, I have copied the Ballot Access Committee. What can the Ballot Access Committee or the LNC do to help? I wrote Texas and Whitney 5 days before Stephanie lied about me on Twitter, doing exactly what she said I don't do. This screenshot is from the Twitter thread. You think Stephanie at that point would have said, oh my goodness, I really misjudged what's going on here. My bad. No, she didn't do that. This is why I'm calling her a liar. Let's go back to that thread, shall we? I work my ass off. I do not deserve to be lied about. Let's continue. Someone else from New York talked about their suit right now. I said, I hope that suit is successful. Someone else said, it's very much a state-specific issue, and it is. Ooh, I think, hold on. She might have deleted her super bad tweet. Let me try to find it. If she did, great. But I doubt it. Connor, did she delete the tweet where she tried to bring Colorado into it? Which I said was one of the shittiest things I've ever seen in my life. Hold on, I'm looking for it. I've got it screenshot, I think, anyway. So let me see if I can find it. She might have deleted that. Somebody will have to tell me. I'll just paraphrase it. I said, Stephanie, I fought a very bad ballot access bill in Colorado, and I partnered with about 5 other minor parties. And you want to know what she said? Oh, you want to talk about Colorado? I'm going to give a real low blow right now. You guys got a lot of problems. What did that have to do with anything, Stephanie? What did that have to do with ballot access? I'm not on the board in Colorado. Yeah, the board is going through some things in Colorado. I'm not on the board. I leave that up to them. Why'd you bring that up to me? I'm not involved in that. Why didn't you just acknowledge that you were wrong in your thread instead of trying to take a low blow and kicking another state affiliate when they were down? Yeah, Colorado's got some problems right now, and I'm not on that board. And you want to know who I talk to Colorado's problems about? The board, not you. Why did you bring that up in a thread that had nothing to do with that when I'm not even on that board? That is such a scumbag move. Not only do you owe me an apology, you owe Colorado an apology for bringing them up when they had nothing to do with any of this. So, to recap, you screenshotted me and lied about what I said. You said I didn't care about ballot access. I am literally on the ballot access committee. You said I don't lobby. I do. I played it on this show. In fact, when the senator who was sponsoring the really bad bill gave her response, I was the only points she responded to because I got under her skin that badly. You said we don't lobby. I just showed you where we are. And I showed you the original context was New York. Yet you refuse to say you were wrong. If I were ever wrong about you, I would say so. This is dishonest smear merchantry, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And Jay Stooksbury, I didn't expect better of you. I did expect better of others. And I'd like to share one more thing. The New York party saw what was going on with me and the way I was being lied about. And they tweeted, Libertarian Party of New York, and thank you. They tweeted, we appreciate your support. Talking to me. And assure at LP National supported us during our fight for ballot access. There's a lot of blame to go around, and it belongs to the GOP and the Democrats. Every single one of you sharing that screenshot are lying about me. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. you ought to retract and apologize to me. Let's put up the original tweet again. Now, with all of this context, do you see what I was saying? 50 state ballot access is probably not attainable no matter who is in control with New York's ridiculous requirements. My response: the 50 state ballot access has very little to do with national right now. Now, do you understand the context? I'm sorry, I've got a little snot. Sorry, I'm not feeling well. I was responding to the fact that there are terrible laws that national cannot control. It is not reasonable, charitable, or truthful to claim that I said in this post that the National Party does not care about 50 state ballot access. And each and every one of you who shared this ought to publicly apologize to me. Now, hopefully, I've explained myself. Read my fucking lips, you goddamn liars. I care about 50+1 ballot access more than you do in 90% of the cases. I am already on a ton of committees, and I volunteered to be on the ballot access committee so I could fight for ballot access. I voted to give Alabama ballot access money. I condemned the past LNC for withholding that very much needed ballot access money from New York that probably kept Larry Sharp from getting his signature requirements. I know some people disagree on that, but that's my position. I have voted throughout my entire LNC career for every single ballot access encumbrance vote that has ever come up. My record goes back to 2016 on this. How fucking dare you? Again, some people, I didn't expect any better of them. Some people I did. And those of you that this is your caucus members doing this, you need to hold them to account. But you want to know what, Stephanie? When it comes time for National to help Texas, if that terrible bill I wrote Whitney comes to pass, I will be there fighting. I will be there fighting for Texas. You did me wrong, and you owe me an apology. Those of you who are friends with this woman, you need to talk to her because this was not right. Now, did I expect better of Susan Hogarth? No. She's stalking me like she used to be my girlfriend or something. And now she's doing it to Angela. I didn't expect any better of her. I didn't expect any better of Josh Eagle. I didn't expect any better of Jade Stooksbury. But I did expect better of Stephanie. But now that you know the truth, I hope you share this video each and every time you see that lying screenshot go around. I care about 50 state ballot access. I care about the ballot access in your state, even if you lie about me. I need to take an inhaler. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. Really sorry about that. I did not deserve this today. So, I hope you all have a good night. And Andrew, I don't know if you have any control over the Alabama ballot access. You want to know what? JJ once said to me, never let them see you sweat. Never let them see you get upset. But yeah, it hurts when people lie like that. I care about ballot access. And I don't like being lied about like that. I didn't deserve that. And it's not right. So what I was trying to say, Andrew, I don't know if you have any control or if you're in contact with who does the Alabama Twitter, but it would mean a lot to me if the Alabama Twitter would tweet out, you know what? There might have been some things going around saying that the LNC secretary doesn't care about ballot access. She stood up for us and she cared about our ballot access. It would mean a great deal to me. Thank you, New York, for doing that for me. You don't know how much that meant to me. Okay, I hope you all have an awesome night. I don't know when I'll be streaming again, because again, this was against doctor's orders. Yeah, with the voice, it might be tomorrow. Now that I'm streaming, what the hell? I might as well do it again, but I'm gonna go lay down. But you know, you people who think this is all games where you screw with people's lives, I'm trying to put an end to this. Leave me alone if you don't like me, and I'll leave you alone. Don't lie about me, and I won't lie. Well, I wouldn't lie about you anyway. Don't lie about me, and I won't be talking about you. I just want to live my life and do what's best for this party, and I want you to live your life and do what's best for this party. And we can do those things separately because there's room enough for everybody. But right now, the kind of crap you're pulling, maybe you enjoy this. I wake up in the middle of every single night with an LP-related nightmare from you people. Because you're horrible people the way you act. Can everyone just stop it? Is this what you want to be known for? Does it make you feel better? Does it make you feel better for me to tell you you hurt me? Congratulations, Stephanie. You hurt me. I hope you're proud of yourself. Thank you, Andrew, very much for the super chat. And I don't mind showing my emotions, because I think we need to do a lot more of that in this world. I think we need to be a lot more honest and a lot more human. So I hope you all have an awesome night. Hopefully I'll have some voice left tomorrow. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a